Hey guys, it's Mega Robber from Mega Robber TV, and today I'm going to be reviewing Ben 10 Generator X Heroes United. And as you guys know, I am a huge fan of crossovers. For me, what crossovers represent is two fan groups of two different franchises coming together as one huge fan group for one awesome adventure with their favorite heroes. That's what a crossover is for me. And most crossovers, basically all good crossovers, follow a specific formula that makes the story complete. What is this formula, you're probably asking? Well, it's usually a part in the story. The story is usually there's both heroes from both franchises. They both meet at one specific point, whether it be in one of their worlds or in a new place altogether. And they usually don't know that the other person is a hero, so they obviously fight thinking they're a villain. So the two heroes fight, and usually the fight ends at a tie, and they come together as friends to fight a common threat that is usually the villain of the crossover. And they win, and it's a happily ever after. That's how most crossovers go, at least. And usually this formula is used for all crossovers, basically. Crossovers that don't use it are usually crossovers that don't deal with superheroes, or maybe it's a superhero crossover that it's really, really different. But Heroes United does use this formula. Does that mean it's not original? Of course not. It's great. It's an awesome crossover. It's spectacular. Let me just say that right now. It is one of the best crossovers I've ever seen. I'm halting to say it's the best crossover I've ever seen, because if you've been on my channel, you've seen I'm reviewing the Mega Man Sonic Worlds Collide crossover. But that is a 12-part comic, and it's not really a animation episode, so I'm going to say this is the best cartoon crossover I've ever seen. I'm not going to say comics because Mega Man Sonic kind of owned that one. But it is an amazing crossover. What is the story for the crossover? Well, it takes place in the world of Generator Rex. And who is Generator Rex? Well, in his story, in his show, the big story is that there was a factory that created nanites. And what nanites are little antibody machines that kind of think for themselves a bit. So when this factory explodes, it basically mutates all the humans on the planet. And they're all pretty fine, they're all normal, but the thing is the nanites make them mutate into giant animal creature things. But Generator Rex is very special because he has no mega nanite, which means he can turn his body into giant weapons and stuff, and he has complete control over his actions with the nanites. So that's where it takes place, in that world, and it begins where there's a giant glowing orb in the sky, and Generator Rex and his friends are trying to go and research what this giant orb is. But as Generator Rex goes up to the orb, a huge giant dinosaur alien comes out of the portal. And when he attacks, basically what we find out who this dinosaur is, and it's basically Humongosaur. It's Ben Tennyson from Ben 10 Ultimate Alien. So Ben Tennyson fights Generator Rex thinking he's an alien, and Generator Rex fights Ben thinking he's an Evo. So they don't know who each of them are, and as buildings are falling down, the two eventually kind of team up to save all the people around, and they kind of realize they're heroes, but Generator Rex still doesn't trust Ben 10 in any way, shape, or form. So what happens is during this event, another creature comes from the giant orb that isn't Ben Tennyson. It's basically this weird robot Evo thing, and it's not a character that's featured in Ben 10 at all. So as this creature comes out of the portal, he seriously injures Six, which is a friend of Generator Rex, and that just makes Generator Rex hate Ben 10 even more. But as the crossover goes along, we find out that this giant robot Evo creature thing is basically named Alpha, and Alpha was created by Generator Rex's brother to help cure diseases and stuff, and basically was an early nanite that got a mind of its own and just started going insane. So Generator Rex's brother had to basically send it out of their universe and sent it into Ben 10's universe, and that's where it lay dormant until now. So Ben and Generator Rex team up and fight Alpha through this huge battle, and the battle is insane because Alpha just keeps transforming and getting stronger, and at one point even makes his own copy of the Ultimatrix and is able to transform into Ben's aliens. So that's insane. So basically the crossover just ends with Ben and Generator Rex come out on top, becoming like best friends, and they just win, and that's basically where it leaves you off. So it's, in a way, a simple story. Not simple, because as you can tell, it's kind of complicated, but it's a simple standpoint how the crossover goes. But I have to say, this crossover, the little details and dialogue and well-written characters that they put together, when they put those together, it just made the best crossover. This isn't one of those crossovers that you can just go, oh, I'll watch it once and then it'll probably just get boring and I'll just never watch it again. Generator Rex, Ben 10 Heroes United, I've watched it like 5 times. It's awesome. Like, you can watch it over and over again and it won't get boring. It's just that good. So, question of the day. Have you guys seen Heroes United, and what did you guys think about the crossover? Did you think it was one of the best crossovers you've ever seen? Tell me in the comment section below. This is Mega Robert, signing off.